Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. You see, there's a wide debate going on whether India can achieve a $5 trillion GDP by end of 2029. We were supposed to do that by the end of 2024, but can we do it by the end of 2029? My question is, how does it all matter? Let's get right into the show. You know, have you heard this concept of a pot of gold, end of the rainbow? This concept of pot of gold in the end of the rainbow is something that I think started in early Ireland. It was a folklore from Ireland. The concept of pot of gold, end of the rainbow is that of hope. Because end of the day, there is no end of the rainbow. So there is no pot. But the pot of gold, end of the rainbow, is a concept of hope for poor people who are told that, listen, you go on striving, go on working more hard because end of the rainbow, there is a pot of gold. I think this concept of GDP, this concept of 5 trillion by 2024, now by 2029, then by 2031, then by 2036, all this entire concept of GDP, 5 trillion, 4 trillion, I think is a sham. And I tell you this, it is a sham. Because if GDP is 5 trillion or GDP is 1 trillion, how did it change my life or your life? That's the question I want to ask you. Do you still go morning to work? Do you still toil the whole day? And do you still find it difficult to meet your ends? Do you still have to tighten your belt when it comes to that extra expense which you didn't expect? This happened to you 10 years before. This happens to you today. How does it matter what your GDP was 10 years before, and how does it matter what your GDP is today? You see, this is the pot of gold that we have been talking about. Somehow we are faking progress. We are faking happiness. We are faking the fact that we are going to be superpower. What superpower? Who wants to be superpower? I want good food. I want good health facility. I want good education facility. I don't want to be superpower. And that is a fact. And I will tell you reality in our country. You see, civil hospitals struggles with low doctor count in Ludhiana. This is March 14, 2023 headlines. I will read you a few headlines, then you will know what I am trying to talk. Children dead in Firozabad. How poor health services official laxity burdened UP city. This is 3rd September 2021. I will tell you more. Rat nibbles on patient's eye in ICU on BMC run hospital. 22nd June 2021 headline. Rat bites patient's eye in Kota hospital. May 17th 2023. Poor infection control, irrational antibiotics used killing COVID-19 patients who otherwise would have survived. ICMR May 29th 2021. 2 women died due to negligence of doctors at government hospital, Hyderabad, 13 Jan 2023. UP doctors booked for allegedly causing death of patients due to negligence, Jan 22nd, 2023. Doctors booked for refusing treatment over 100 rupees fee shortfall, May 25th, 2023. This is reality. Now tell me, where does this $5 trillion economy fit in all this? I will give you some more reality. Over 14 lakh children severely malnourished in India. This is government figures, March 29th, 2023. A troubling statistics in the 5th National Family Health Survey, which I had spoken to you about last Saturday. The data conducted in 2019-2021 is not well known. Amongst mothers with a child between age group of 6 to 23 months, 18% reported that their child did not eat any food whatsoever, referred to as zero food, in the 24-hour preceding to the survey. The zero food prevalence was 30% of infants aged 6 to 11 months, remaining worryingly highly in 13% amongst 12 to 17 months old and persist even more among 18 to 23 months old children at 8%. Children didn't have food for the last 24 hours. What is this GDP and this 5 trillion worth? What is GDP and 5 trillion worth? Now let me come to some other stories. Staff shortage, fund crunch, decimal facilities, survey shed lights on poor state of elementary education in Jharkhand. This is December 21st, 2022. Poor quality of midday meals served at school. Over 40 tribal children sleep hungry. 25th July 2023. Substandard food served under midday meal scheme in allot schools. 27 July 2023. Parents, teachers complain about poor quality of government uniforms. October 28, 2022. I will give you more facts. Unemployment rate amongst youth in India is worse than unemployment rate in Indonesia and Bangladesh. In March 2023, our unemployment rate was 7.8%, whereas Indonesia is 5.45% and Bangladesh is 4.7%. Our unemployment rate is worse than possibly countries which are so-called having far lesser GDP than we have. I will give you more. I will talk to you about crime against women. A total of 4,28,278 cases of crime against women were registered during 2021, showing an increase of 15.3% over 2020. This is reality. Crime against children, a total of 1,49,404 cases of crime against children were registered in 2021, showing an increase of 16.2%. I will give you another report, a report from Economic Times. Child marriages, 20% of the women in the age group of 20 to 24 married before the age of 18, report finds. That is 22nd December 2022. You tell me, where is the progress? Where is the progress? I don't see progress. I don't see progress. The World Happiness Report says that India is 126th among the 137 nations they surveyed. This is our happiness. India's top 1% owns 40.5% of total India's wealth. And the balance 99% has the balance. The top 50% doesn't even have 3% of India's wealth. The point that I'm trying to make is, you see, where are we looking and where do we want to go? Your GDP is not happiness. This superpower is not happiness. India becoming superpower is not happiness. If the Prime Minister visits 300 countries, doesn't make us prosperous. The point is, when you are looking at growth, when you are looking at happiness, when you are looking at progress, look at what happened to you. Look at how have you grown. Are you now better? Do you have a bigger house to stay in today, which you didn't have last 15 years? Do you have better facilities? Do you have enough money that you can save every month? Do you have a very good bank balance? Do you have absolutely enough and more money to buy whatever you want for family in terms of food, in terms of nutrition? Can you put your children into a best education facility? Is there a scare when there is an illness in the house that where will this healthcare money come from? What is the future of your children? Do you have enough saved for them? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. And if your answer is yes, then great, you're good, you're happy, you're progressed. And the answer is no, then you have not progressed. Let the GDP be 100 trillion. Doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you. It is the same as that pot of gold, end of the rainbow. That pot of gold you will never see. You will never see. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. You can only say that the country is progressing if you are progressing. You can only say that the country is becoming superpower if you have more power to ensure that your children, your family has better health, better education, better luxuries in their house. Then you can say that we are growing and the country is growing and we are progressing. If you don't grow, which means nothing is growing. Everything else is just data, is just make believe. This is the point I wanted to make today. Till I see you next time, that is tomorrow at 10. Take care.